Welcome, everyone, to Rapunzel's Tangled Adventure, the Tangled series. Welcome to the season finale of Season 1, Episodes 22 and 23, Secret of the Sundrop. So, at long last, we've come to the end of Season 1. And now it's time for the big finale, the showdown of fate, the answer to all mysteries. Well, not all mysteries, but answer to mysteries of this season and whatnot.
Yeah.
So, I hope you're ready as you'll ever be, because here we go at the start of the episode in 3, 2, 1, click. Hey, Pedro, question.
Yes, Trevor?
I know that they released the songs from Season 1 as an album, but did they ever release albums for Season 2 and Season 3 songs?
Yes,
Why
they
wouldn't
released,
they?
they released albums for all of the
When it
songs.
comes to
They're on streaming too.
When it comes to merchandising in Disney, you're practically guaranteed to get, music albums and digital releases of the songs no matter what.
Well, okay, that's the thing. When it comes to their TV shows, not always so. And also, weirdly enough, Disney used to release more albums than they did, but, again, they don't nearly pump out as much as they did. I do miss the Disney Mania ones.
Isn't it beautiful?
Ah, what a lovely day in Corona. The
Hey,
sun
Pedro.
is shining, the birds are singing.
Flowers are blooming. We like being alive. We like
Yeah, we
being
like being
alive.
alive. We like bingo, we like bingo, we like being alive.
The way you sing
You
it,
for-
you think everyone
if
in
you forgot
Corona is
that if-
going to die.
If you forgot, the time has passed enough of it so that it's been like 1 year since Rapunzel has returned home. Which coincides with her birthday, obviously.
I am absolutely sure that no one with a grudge that's partially not entirely justified is going to ruin everything.
See, Pascal knows.
Child at home or prison? Oh, goddamn, those are both.
Alchemists tend to be a little unstable anyway, Rapunzel. That's not necessarily your fault.
True.
Well,
Yeah. And Pascal's like,
I should go. Don't tell me it's a song. God damn. Your average My Sweet 16 episode.
Well, I mean,
Eugene?
I don't know, Tio. The one in Sweet Life of Zack and Cody will tell you that it's not very sweet.
You
Poor
never
girl.
shake presents.
Poor girls to have a Sweet 16 in a a very low tier community club.
Why me? Sorry.
find me. Okay.
I got the CGI.
Freedborg. Oh, look,
With Belle's
Freedborg
dress. What
Uh,
is he doing here?
Freedborg stole Belle's dress, apparently.
Dang. And here Belle was just having a good time after visiting Rapunzel from the usual princesses convention
I gotta-
on the internet.
Maybe Stitch stole it.
No. Well, I mean, given that Rapunzel meets with Belle and the other princesses every now and then, yeah, Freeburg probably stole it.
See, we're flower picking now. Oh.
Yeesh.
Uh-huh. This is all the king's faults.
Actually, yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say
At the
kind
very least by
of.
negligence.
Well,
Yep.
technically, it's kind of Cassandra and Rapunzel's fault, seeing as how Rapunzel started this by touching the thorn.
Well, okay. To be fair, they couldn't possibly guess he would end up that way. They were just going for a walk, to be fair.
True, but I'm just saying, if we're gonna blame the king, technically we gotta blame who actually did start the thorns as well.
Well, no, I blame the king because he could have at least attempted to do something about it, but basically went la 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 la. I'm not listening. La 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 la.
Oh yes, Oh yes, he shares some blame in this. I'm just saying you're all kind of at fault.
Yeah, don't worry, Liz. We're going to. The whole point of this finale is to address that anyway.
Wait, what?
We're still operating on that Middle Ages mentality that, like she's a woman, so send her to a convent or some shit.
Also, some further negligence, I guess. If you're getting presents, especially for a royal, shouldn't they check them to see what's in
Apparently
them?
we didn't.
I guess
Royal guards, everybody.
Okay, to be fair, do you think even if they had looked inside those presents, all they would have seen was a metal piece, I don't think they would have thought, oh, hey,
it's the equivalent of, modern day police forces having to recognize single parts of a bomb before it gets assembled,
Okay, to be fair, given what a bomb can be made out of, there is some stuff, but okay, to be fair, for all we know, they did check the boxes, it's just that, again, all these parts alone wouldn't raise suspicion because, again, as far as the guards know, there is no way that a mech would be suddenly geared by a wind-up box to put itself together.
There you go.
Wait, shouldn't we
Out
make
the
sure
window?
nobody's outside? Seriously, what if somebody had been outside there? Jesus, guys.
It's just Shorty, it's fine.
Okay, guys. Now you're acting as reckless as Wonder Woman in the Snyder Cut.
Shorty, no.
No. Step up. Wonder Woman in the unreleased pilot.
Oh.
Yeah, that's enough.
Oh, yeah, because that's worked out great for you so far.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm sorry, you do not get to try that bullshit right now.
Yeah.
You put your whole kingdom in danger.
Put up or shut up, Dad.
The thing about that's Frederick's primary character flaw. Dwebs, the fact that he unfortunately cannot separate the matters, and he will put it, even if it's at the expense of the kingdom, he will do anything to protect Rapunzel.
And he throws his daughter in fucking jail.
Yeah,
No,
that
probably
was
almost worse, actually.
Hey!
We know the solution. We just need to wait for Shrek to save her.
Oh boy.
Oh god, no, let me out.
No, seriously. Shrek's a good guy, unless you're just traumatized from the sheer green wave of Shrek that occurred into 2000s.
Also, thank you, Eugene.
Not to mention Shiroi. Shrek is life, don't you know?
No, fuck that. Me and Alice tried to watch that. It was a mistake.
Wait, hold on. Which one?
Shrek is love, Shrek is life. Although this point is important.
Yeah. So basically now the king is no better than...
The Mother
Gothel.
Okay.
Well, that point has been kind of hammered for a while now.
I'm not gonna go out to say he is the exact same as Gothel in that regard. He is, of course,
nonetheless.
Oh yeah, no. He is definitely making the most utter of irony here.
I think the show had also a cool trick to emphasize this. That shot where Rapunzel was saying "mom," it showcases that the bar from the inside look yellow, almost gold, reflecting the idea that this is basically a golden cage.
Okay. No, I'm sorry, Queenie, but that would imply your husband took any action at all.
Okay, we're gonna later learn he did. It's just that, well, the actions that he did take were, not.
If I may,
Yes.
like he's not the same as Mother Gothel, but the thing is, remember, like what you intended doesn't matter when it comes to the actions, and the actions he's doing have the same effect on Rapunzel as what Mother Gothel did.
I actually like this scene in particular. Hold on.
Well, I mean, she's got a point. You're sending her to a convent because.
Well, actually, that's not under his control.
Yeah, no. Like, orders from the king.
I think it was the king. Yeah.
The king makes another wonderful decision.
Not to mention Dweeb's. The idea is that she's disappointed that he went along with this entire thing, because remember he was chasing us in the previous episode. Sorry, 2 episodes ago. All right, here's another Alan Menken song.
Hey, Alan, not for nothing, where on earth was this level of effort when you were working on that movie that shall not be named?
You mean Sausage Party?
Wait. Oh, okay.
Yes,
What we established it was the Shaggy Dog with Tim Allen.
No. The movie I'm talking about is Home on the Range.
Oh, I'm on the right. Well, okay. Well, to be fair, this is like way later after that movie.
Yeah.
Well, no.
I haven't seen it in ages. Are the songs in that bad?
Okay.
Well, I mean,
they're not necessarily terrible, but they are incredibly lackluster given how it's Alan Menken coming right off of the Disney Renaissance era.
I mean, they're better than the ones in Sausage Party, so.
To his credit, what inspiration could he even get from that movie to make great songs out of?
I mean, to be fair, even on arguably lacking movies, he has still turned in a great soundtrack. I think Diva from Musical Hell put it best when she said that with Home on the Range, it feels like nobody was really giving their best efforts.
Also, cool way for the episode to have basically a recap of the season, in a peculiar way.
Indeed.
Yes, because that's all I can do at the minute.
Oh, because my father can't read the room.
See,
that's being nice.
I mean, hey, if Eugene could pull a Prison Break, why can't Rapunzel as well?
Hold on.
I mean, to be fair, what worse can happen? It's funnier that way, Eugene.
Yes.
At Albuquerque.
The convent was cancelled.
Oh, and now Lance is the distraction.
Hey,
Ouch.
come on now.
Throw
No,
him under the bus.
These two are just an old married couple, and it's great.
Yeah, look, see?
See? They're just simple presents.
unless
No
this is
files
an
added.
unless this is an incredibly elaborate way to combine these parts into an escape hatch.
Well, it's not for you.
Aha!
Sure. I guess Pascal can do that now.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Yes.
he can change colour, so...
He's
Look
had
at-
that ability since the movie.
Well, literally. Oh, okay. Changing color is one thing, but glowing like he was. Okay, I guess Pascal got buffed. Oh,
Ow.
that could have killed them.
Unfortunately, it didn't. So.
Yeah, let's do that anyway.
Might as well.
Yeah, I mean, what else are they gonna do?
And there you go.
Lance is really taking one for the team here.
Yes. He's suffering truly.
Ow.
Hey, this is now the second time I've had to rescue from a tower. We really need to stop meeting like this.
And this time from her own father. I'm not sure what that says about all this.
That
Damn, that hook is secured very strongly.
Well, he isn't called Hookfoot for nothing.
yeah, we're
Hey,
here now anyway.
At
so.
least you have a use.
And he died.
It's alright, he'll immediately placed pile of teddy bears.
Damn.
Oh,
Lucky.
you're doing your best, and that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Again, yeah.
Yeah.
Rapunzel,
Then she said,
Rapunzel, if you will. Let's use your hair as a grappling hook.
Well, that's usually.
Yeah, why not?
Or to run down. Why not?
Like Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yes, you did.
Nice. I don't know. I feel like that accordion playing was up there.
Oh. Oh my.
Oh, great. Bobby from Goofy Movie he's using the smoke machine.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. So what you're saying is... Pauly Shore's about to grace us with his presence.
No, please.
V for Varian's Vendetta!
Yes.
Very good, Joe. Very good.
No pressure.
God, he sounds like if Dipper became evil.
Wolves?
Alright, Tio, what are the stats on this monster?
Very high. Well, to be fair, Bo, let me remember. Yeah, it's not an owl bear, Bo, so...
And they're kind of stupid anyway.
There you go. Rudiger is now Super Rudiger.
Were raccoon, I guess?
Uh-huh.
Or where Raccoon. Were-raccoon? Well, if it was were-raccoon, he would be half men, because were means men. So... no, it
Oh,
doesn't
wow,
work.
your dad just got torn apart.
Actually, will come up later, actually. Just in case I die, I need to.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Remember, you're a parent in a Disney movie.
I mean, I'm a parent in a Disney movie, so I need to cover my bases.
I need to die at some point.
Finally, Cassandra gets her moment to prove herself, and all it took was her
Hey.
dad nearly getting slaughtered by a giant raccoon.
Well, I guess you can argue that's karma for going along with the king's facade and shit.
I can't tell if death by raccoon is very terrible or very silly.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Oh god, he's dressed up like the Riddler from the Batman.
No!
Hey. Costume or not, the character itself was cool, right?
Yes, the character was cool, but no, that costume was just... no. They're lucky that the character was good enough despite that god-awful design.
But so yeah, it's already become obvious. So, Varian's plan was using Rudiger as a distraction while he does his real plan.
Part of me wonders if he
Use her as
originally...
bait.
Part of me wonders if he originally intended to nab Rapunzel, since,
Potentially, more like as a, if it works out, the better.
His plan is probably here's how I take it. Like he thought that taking Rapunzel straight on probably would have been tougher than just using the queen as bait to get her into his lab.
That is
I feel like the robot itself was used
Rapunzel
to.
can actually fight,
Yeah.
whereas the queen can't.
Although Shuri does have a point. I think Shuri does have a point that the robot might have been his first plot to
Funny.
capture.
Lady, yeah.
Yeah. So this
Oh.
is
I mean, those were parents addressed to Rapunzel specifically,
So Rudiger is Rudiger plus queen is plan B,
yes.
basically, or maybe plan R.
Those are my apples.
Yes.
I think he's earned one. Oh dear. And
Well,
that
shit.
brings the episode to an end.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
With
All
that
right, so
spooky
that was-
Now we have a
music playing
creepy
in the
music box.
credits.
Again, at the very least, they bother to, not have total distraction for twice in this case, because,
Oh, don't
It's not
worry.
that
I'm
nice,
pretty
it's
sure that's
okay.
what the finale of the whole season is for when they bring back that
Yeah,
pop song.
Speaking of which, yeah, let's get on to the second half. Again, if you're watching it in the fact that the two episodes were connected, you will have to wait until we give our signals and start, at the establishing shot of Corona with some of his spikes, in the foreground.
For now, if you're watching with us on Disney Plus, do the usual. Start at the episode title with Wind in My Hair song. And let's begin in 3, 2, 1, click. So, yeah, needless to say, things are raring to go.
You know,
What do you mean,
after
Varian to go? Ah, the Val got him.
like the episodes with this break, it's a bit, a bit of a tone shift going from the end of that to this lovely little theme song that we have,
Well, okay,
I'm
rarely...
sure that we did got to that problem in a couple of episodes.
Okay, rarely ever does a show ever change up its opening, even to fit the certain tone of something. There are some versions that do that, but more often than
I
not,
cannot
they stay.
vouch. I cannot vouch for Western animation, but JoJo does that all the time.
But first we have a recap.
Mm-hmm.
It's recap time.
Poor Rudiger.
Well, hopefully he'll be fine. He just needs to have the drugs flushed from his system and go to rehab.
It's okay. This was all just a nightmare to him.
Okay, go.
That's the thing, Shiri. If that is anything to go by from what I've been told, Europe and America have way different, perception of raccoons. As in America, they're much more like pests.
Well, not all the places. Raccoon City sure love them.
Sure.
Also, Dad, you're going into your inner Lex Luthor / Cortex there.
Yep.
Ha! So the automaton was literally just a fake out. You know, it sure would have sucked if that automaton
Also-
had accidentally crushed Rapunzel, because then there would have
Also a
gone the
power
sun
move.
drop.
To be fair, as Varian also witnessed under his very eyes as well, Rapunzel's hair do react even on instinct to protect her as a shield, and very impenetrable that way. So I'm pretty sure he was confident she could not be harmed that way.
Anyway.
Yeah, what about after?
How are they going to pay, though?
That would be £1,000, I guess.
That's not
Oh,
much.
sure. Simple. Just get that from the castle coffers.
Actually, considering the time period, that's actually probably quite a lot of money.
Even still, royalty, I'm pretty sure they can make the money of that.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're gonna get the full backstory of what was
What's the deal with the king?
and not just that, but also another side of the story of the movie that we never got to see up until now.
Oh.
This is the first
As
of many
you know.
things.
Hey, I remember this on the start of the movie.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. By Varian's father.
Ah, why are you here?
We will learn exactly how he knows this stuff by the end. At the very least, by the end of season 2, if not in season 3.
This has precedent. Like, this is basically when the king is overcome by desperation, he really is hard to call to reason.
Yeah, well, we kind of saw that. It's been going on for a while.
Aww.
We're done.
Oh, snap! The horse shouted! We should be quiet!
Wait,
Well-
you've been lying to us?
Well, it's okay.
It's a politician, Shiro. Come on.
Also, the good news is that the queen's been taken, but in a game of chess, it's the king that has to be tipped.
Well,
Is that neutral
Now,
enough?
who wants to go home? And who wants to go with
Go
me?
with me.
Who wants to come beat up a child?
Jesus.
I mean, that is what's happening.
Well,
he's kind of been threatening as in unharming as in he kidnapped the queen. I mean, he's at this point.
He also has robots.
plus considering
Oh,
in this
oh, that's
fact, yeah.
Yeah, here you go.
Rapunzel.
Okay. I should mention for some reason the subtitles.
Oh, God.
Okay, for some reason when the king said we all do the thing,
Ugh.
was for in italics, and that's usually something you use if a character. I thought they were going to sing the plan.
Speaking of singing the plan,
No, we're getting something better.
Yes, this is my favorite song from season 1.
Same.
pretty much most,
But
if
it's
not
Oliver V.
everyone's favorite song of
Quiet, I'm
season
singing.
1.
Yeah,
I'm singing.
that's interesting, this because that's actually a lot of people's joke whenever they see the song. A lot of YouTube comments on this song say that. Quiet, I'm singing. By the way, I want to mention something right now. If you guys want to have a laugh, go check out on YouTube the Japanese version of this song. Varian's singing voice is so is so unfitting. Like, I'm not kidding. When Varian starts singing, he ages up like 50 years. I'm not even kidding.
So it's like so it's like.
Oh wait,
so
this
it's like,
bit.
So it's like a part of One Piece film Red then.
I like to imagine that Cassandra was just waiting in the doorway for her moment to sing.
Gee, I wonder if there's another way we could phrase that, but I'll leave it at that.
Basically, there's a point where there's a flashback to one of the characters whose power is manipulating voice, and yeah, it's a flashback to her when she's like 8, but then she starts singing and she.
So yeah, basically, like I said, in terms of recorporation, that episode where the king demonstrated, despite his goofiness, that he can pull a stealth mission with Eugene, served a purpose also for this.
Don't guarantee anything. You know that never ends well.
All right. Now we're gonna get also one of my favorite jokes in this episode. Check this out.
Okay, yeah.
Let's not.
Again, let's just pray that Varian has terrible eyesight. Because if he doesn't, he will be
Varian,
able to
please
tell
don't-
that from a mile away.
Varian. Fun story, everybody, from behind the scenes. Back in 2017, when me and Jova watched this for the first time, Jova commented on that shorty joke by saying, okay, they need to make a full version of Wind in My Hair with shorty singing. Keep up, stay tuned until the end of this commentary for a surprise, everybody.
Oh God,
We're talking
no!
about decoys. Yeah.
It's called a decoy.
It's a very well made decoy.
Huh, so what a shock. Varian wasn't fooled by the Rapunzel look-alike. Who'da thunk?
More like he was prepared for something like that.
I mean, let's be honest here. Would you have been fooled by the look-alike?
More like he was expecting at least Rapunzel to try to do something on her own. I don't think the two ever met, have they?
Nah,
Wait.
it can't possibly be that easy, Lance.
Hold on, which two to you?
Lance and Varian, have they been sharing an episode?
I don't think they've met.
Wait,
It's like that
hold on,
realization
hold on.
moment in Armageddon where Gideon is like, "Oh, hi, Wendy. Have you ever met?"
Hold on. Was Lance in the scientist episode?
No.
No. I'm talking specifically about the scientist contest episode. I feel like
No, I don't think he was even in the
that one.
show yet.
No, I don't think he was even in the show yet at that point.
Let me check.
Although, is there actually a song in this? Okay, maybe is there actually a song in like the remainder of this series where it's a song about becoming the thing that you hate?
Actually, yes.
Oh, cool.
Ooh.
Not until way later, though. For now, it's
Okay. So Lance.
Welcome
Okay.
everyone to Extreme Rugby.
So Lance and Varian were technically at some point in the same scene during Queen for a Day, but they didn't really interact. So Lance has probably technically seen Varian, and so on and so forth. But it's like, a thing.
Yeah.
It's very minor.
Ta-da!
Yeah, let's just skip the techno battle.
Well, never tested it.
She's right, Dad.
Shit.
Has he been practicing this villain shtick in a mirror a little bit? I get the
Yeah,
feeling.
okay. This is
Either that or
my,
with Raccoon.
in fact, that's my theory. Varian was always unhinged. That's why it took so little for him to become evil.
I wouldn't say he was always unhinged. It was sort of a complicated sequence of events that led to him being the bad guy.
It's also like the Killing Joke. What if you just had a very bad day?
Well, how about this, Dwebs? Even Shira said that alchemists normally are unstable. So maybe that's it.
Well, hey, at least
Emotional damage.
Yeah.
Fun fact. The Portuguese voice of Varian was only 27 when he did this. So he actually could still do a proper 15-year-old teenager voice.
Alright, let's give it a try.
Let's just hope it doesn't yank too much, otherwise that's gonna hurt.
Oh, I'll let her go into the afterlife.
What a story, Lives.
That's one quip, alright. Just think of it like a day at the dentist. I guess that takes quite a bit of energy out of Rapunzel.
This is just like in Payday 2, the drills never work.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
I mean, it might work.
I mean, when in doubt.
Let's eliminate all variables, I guess.
Yeah, we're all going to say a name now. Rapunzel! Rapunzel! Rapunzel!
Speaking of unhinged,
Well, time for a good dose of murder.
oh shit.
I'm sure you'll be fine.
Hey, Varian!
Yeah, we were speaking about the Riddler. This is basically like this
Oh, there you go.
fight in
This
Arkham
is-
Knight.
So there you go. This is what he was hiding underground during the song.
Oh my god, maybe Varian is this timeline's Riddler. It makes way too much sense.
I guess there you go. He is the Riddler then.
Also, I guess if we ever also, I guess if we ever return to this world in a future Kingdom Hearts game, we know what some of the enemies can be.
Mm-hmm.
Riddle me that, riddle me this. Why does Rapunzel make me so damn pissed?
Oh my god, Varian, you corny Casanova. I don't think that was going to be very
Really?
effective.
But you see, the frying pan was basically a gauntlet, just challenging.
This pain resists, I can't.
I have a mile long length of hair and I'm not afraid to use it.
Q Infinite's theme.
Yeah, this pain consists, I can't resist.
Uh-oh.
There you go.
Oh my god, I'm God!
I'm going to use
Yeah,
Varian's advice to defeat Varian.
Well,
technically
to be fair,
Dream
that's
Varian.
Dream Varian.
But
So,
still,
the nightmares were constantly telling her, "Stop running, embrace your destiny," and yeah, that's what she's gonna do now.
going Super Saiyan our way.
Going even beyond.
Although please without the seizures. Thank you.
Can't believe everyone died.
Unlimited power.
Complete with the choir and everything.
I mean, yeah, season finale kind of need to do that.
Well, now he has no limbs.
Well, he's still got an
the
arm.
right one.
Had an arm.
Ooh. I think you got him.
Yeah, just a bit.
But yeah, tuning to the rocks reveals actually their true purpose, at least for the time being. They're forming a path. Not exactly a yellow brick road, but
I don't think the Black Spiky Road will
Oh, the
help.
Black
There's a
Rock-
catchy song.
Follow the Black Rock Road. Dum dee dum dee dum dum.
Yeah, that's not very.
Also, I agree with Eugene.
That's one heck of a red carpet to lay out.
Look at the red carpet.
and it's also very symbolic because the pilot was all about her being curious about the rest of the world outside of Corona.
So yeah,
I'm sure
they
we'll never see him again. But yeah, that's. I know that it seems a bit abruptly, but yeah, this is a bit a transitioning point from season 1 to season 2. Season 1 was to establish when seeing what the life in Corona is and having a relatively minor kind of threat like this. Season 2 is, well, a road trip.
Honestly, like, I can see why people consider these seasons as, well, you know, definitely different eras of the show. They definitely do feel distinct from one another in that regard.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It's like a semi-anthology series.
Oh yeah, I don't
Not
have
to
any
mention,
problems with
again,
that.
it's taking... Let's
Hey, call back to the movie.
I mean, it is her birthday anyway.
Oh yeah, happy birthday! We nearly died. Your friend went insane and tried to kill us all. Happy birthday. Next stop anywhere. Well, hopefully the spikes won't decimate people while we're away.
Yeah. And as I take one step forward,
Everything explodes.
no, it just pops up.
What's this?
A sword made out of a black spike.
And who is this mysterious figure? We'll have to wait season 2 for it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Now enjoy this pop song.
Season 2 is gonna be about road trip, meaning that being very similar to the Oregon Trail, I'm gonna give 1 week before Eugene dies of dysentery. But here's the thing, Jova. Let me just tell you very quickly. I don't think I did told this to Pedro, but when I did watch this season on my own with him, you know, when we finished season 1, like at this point, I started speculating because again I hadn't seen the rest of it. Season 3 wasn't even out yet at that point, and I was like, okay, the characters are leaving Corona, and a bunch of are a bunch of the minor characters in it, plus someone like Varian, and we kind of have established that in a lot of the situation, both the king and the guards cannot be super effective. And I've seen already a couple of videos where these kind of cliches. I was like, okay, the moment we're gonna go back to Corona, we're gonna find like an industrialized nightmare dystopia, and Varian has took over that. Again, I'm not saying anything, but season 3 does provide an answer to what I just said.
I have my own thoughts on what happens, but again, that is way later down the line than that. For now...
Also, before final thoughts, just to mention quickly to what Pedro said, I did check in the meantime, various Japanese voice actor is relatively new, fresh, someone born in the 80s, so it might be that why okay, not necessarily inexperienced because he started voice acting since 2008 and he's been in a lot of anime, but I get the feeling that it's a reverse process to what I keep saying. Japanese dubbing over Western animation is probably less effective than the actual source material.
Well, okay. Are you sure it's the speaking actor or the singing actor? Because
they don't really change them, Pedro, like they do in shows like Donkey Kong Country Cartoon.
That's the weird thing, because his singing voice is so radically different from his speaking voice.
For the record, apparently is the main voice actor for Wander Over Yonder, so there's that
I
too.
guess.
Huh.
All right. So.
But yeah, final thoughts on the season 1 finale, actually.
Yeah.
Who wants to start? Dweebs? Why not?
I thought it was a very solid action-packed finale. Full of those little twists and turns that you typically expect from a finale like this. And I really enjoyed the main "I'm ready to kill people." Okay, that's not actually the song, but yeah.
Ready as I'll ever be.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in Varian's case, it might be, but for the rest of them, no.
Ready as I'll ever be to kill people.
Yeah.
I'm ready as I'll ever be to kill.
I'm pretty sure that there's a movie with that name.
Yeah.
Probably a 70s one. But yeah, and yeah, aside from what I've previously moaned about, I thought the overall finale was a very solid way to end the to end the season. And even with the stuff where the king decides, you know what the best course of action is, still go la la la, I'm not listening, and trap my daughter in a tower. It's not like it ruins the episode or anything, and it also, I think it does at least show that he's panicking. He's not you could even call it thinking not quite straight. He's all over the shop.
Not to mention he himself admits that he was wrong, to think about that.
Yeah. Okay, I haven't seen seasons 2 or 3 yet, so I'll have to see if
No,
that
it just
lesson
happened
sticks.
in this
But,
finale, I believe.
Not to mention, from the very beginning, his actions have always been portrayed as the wrong thing. So it's not like it's an intentional stupid thing for the character to do that is called out and is presented as something that he needs to realize, stop being stupid,
Yeah, that's what this episode should have been called. Can the king stop being stupid?
Which he does admit to his faults here and there. I will say this. If there is a good point to a character acting some way, and at the very least it has a good payoff, I'm willing to waive stuff here and there. Which, again, is kind of my issue with, again, Rapunzel not checking up on Varian after Queen for a day, which, like I've mentioned, I feel that was a contrivance to make Varian a bad guy. Don't get me wrong, Varian as a bad guy is great. I just feel like it could have been brought on by better circumstances. Thankfully, though, his run as a villain still is overall good for me, for the most part.
And yeah, that's the end of my thoughts.
Shirai.
Yeah, all in all, really good series and finale. I also agree that, a lot of this could have been avoided if somebody had actually been to check on Varian. I know initially that wasn't possible, because, there was a literal storm and everything was on lockdown because the king and queen were about to die because, Disney property. But, not checking on him afterwards is a little iffy. Okay, that's still, that justifies him being upset, but he's committed various crimes that do not warrant, that shouldn't happen as a result of what happened to him. So
yeah, but like me and Joe had even talked about before, he's only 15. He's not exactly emotionally mature. So he was probably
there's not being emotionally mature. And then there's doing all of this shit. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, Shirai does have a point here. Yes, he is tragic. That does not change the fact that there was a point he could have very much have stopped. Should have damn well stopped, but he didn't.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda, didn't.
I will say that.
And now we're here.
I will say this, though. Given that he is technically still a kid, and now the king promised that they'll try and get Varian help, they should definitely take good and careful steps to try and rehabilitate Varian, and hopefully not do something stupid that would possibly coax him into doing more villainy behind the scenes or whatnot.
So anyway,
we'll see how that goes. But
I can't wait to play, by the way, on 5th to the Metal Age.
Oh, interesting thing to mention.
All right.
The last thing, the songs are fantastic, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go next. I'm fine. Overall, season 1 has been, a consistent positive note to me. And again, lots of incorporation, making the single episodes even feeling more valid. Connected to what we said about Varian not being checked upon, I do wonder, because it's connected to what I said about, it seems like there is something missing, because remember, it's not just the thing about not checking on Varian. The entirety of all Corona, by the 2/3 of the season, at the very least, it's completely inhabited. Where the hell the people went? If they actually migrated into the island of Corona, there will be an influx of people, and it would have been noticed and everything. People will raise questions, mention. So the other logical explanation is that instead they move outward, outside. So I wonder if there was supposed to be at least, like I said, a throwaway line or something that mentioned that the entirety of all Corona is completely inhabited, and the characters just assume that Varian went with them. I don't know. It just feels that there might have been something planned and mentioning, but no one mentioned. Like we forgot to add the line or something. I don't know. But otherwise, honestly, I really enjoyed this season and this season finale. Again, it's operating on the old school mentality, even for stuff like comic books, about having a relatively lower scale threat overall, even in the single episodes, even for the season finale. The characters are more out of a misunderstanding that just escalated. Varian, yes, has psychopathic tendencies. Let's add also technically animal cruelty by experimenting on his pet animal, and using him as bait, basically.
I guess it didn't hurt the animal, given how the raccoon seems just fine, and he still seems to care for his master enough to want to go to prison with him, so maybe it was painless.
Remember, Roger also was basically the catalyst, because he also allowed Pascal to escape, if you notice, because he felt remorse.
That too.
Season 3 will give us, one of the later episodes will also give us, like he said, an entire episode dedicated to just the animal sidekicks hanging out, and giving them a bit more personality. Still, like I was saying, Varian, despite his villainy and the wickedness, has some still roots in sympathy. You don't when you don't want him to succeed, you don't also want him to go to the extra deep end. Taking even my BS aside for a second. But even on the scale, it's still very contained with what the show is offering Corona. And again, it's all symbolized by the fact that the beginning plot in the pilot is Rapunzel getting onto the outer walls of Corona, marveling on the outside, but afterwards everything else, it's all contained inside, and at the end it symbolically gets destroyed because the characters are allowed instead to go outwards. Mind you, it's not even as a negative thing, like say, this entire series felt like a prison, and finally characters get freed. Because I do know there's a part of the fan base is rather split upon, because they would have preferred to just keep going with the slice of life stuff in Corona rather than the road trip. But again, we'll see just how season 2 develops anyway.
I get where both sides of the fan base are coming from on that. Me personally, for the most part, I'm cool with where season 2 went. I can get the argument that there was still room for more stuff to be explored in Corona itself, but hey, the show is
that's also what
season
3 is for, partially anyway. But anyway, and again, even the characters, I do not mind, even the minor ones or the ones that are more base breaking. I enjoy everything of it. Again, that's the miracle of this. It took a property that, technically speaking, while having a good story, sense of humor and everything, had not much, not almost nothing to work on, and built upon this miraculous thing upon it. It really feels like a miracle to me. Compare this to Aladdin or the Little Mermaid series, which, sure, have a similar principle, but the source material did seem to have more stuff established onto them, that they could just move along from. While in this, the original movie, while good on its own, you couldn't even think half of the stuff they came up with this series, and it manages to feel still organic rather than being fanficky. I cannot end appreciating this kind of thing. It's amazing. And like you said, it's also like he said, also the love for its continuity. Sure, might not be completely unequal with Last Airbender. For example, the Aunt doesn't come into play in the climax, unfortunately. For example, but you can tell that the things get remembered on a. It's not like stuff gets forgotten that happened, in a previous episode, like it's a fucking Simpsons, So there's stuff that I can appreciate on that level too. But yes, Pedro.
This series technically started development in 2013, shortly before Frozen came out, because at the time Tangled was their one of their biggest successful recent film. So, and however, since from what I can tell, apparently since Frozen became the new big thing, this project was allowed to just stew, and the creators were allowed to just plan and think things through, and just. So this again, the 3 years of planning before the premiere is what paid off clearly.
Mm-hmm. still, I can manage to appreciate the end results as well. The voice acting is also great across the board. Like I said, I did not even bother with the Italian dub, not so much for its quality, but because again they did not bother. We completely recast everyone from the movie. So if you know me, it's something that it's kind of a pet peeve for me, and so I didn't even bother. Might as well just stick it to source material and everything. The songs are fine. Like I guess Ready's However Be is probably still the better one out of them, but they're fine across the board. Like I said, it's usually just not my thing. But anyway, I think that's pretty much it. Really loved it. Will continue to love it. Even despite the Breaking Base episodes. Next.
I'll go next. Yeah, no, this first season was good. Yes, there were a few bumps in the road, which, okay, I'll be honest, you tend to expect bumps in the road, especially on the first season or first installment of anything here and there. Cassandra definitely had a bit of a rough start, but no, she thankfully became more endearing over the course of the season. Good, solid. There were some episodes that I was not as big on. There were 2 episodes that definitely bring pain and misery, and I probably won't be coming back to. You know the ones. But all in all, it's a good and satisfying venture here. While I don't care for all the circumstances that made Varian a villain, he is still a very nice and compelling villain. I actually kind of dig him more than Mother Gothel, since, Mother Gothel was kind of an anticlimactic villain. Varian's got that good climax going.
I think it's also that Mother Gothel is just straight up evil, and don't get me wrong, she has a cool angle with the whole manipulative, clever angle, but technically she's still not that complex or interesting of a villain. She's very much just evil and nothing else. Whereas
I don't even mind the complexity here. To be fair, a lot of the Disney Renaissance villains aren't complex, but they are wonderfully heavy with their villainy.
Oh, definitely.
Mother Gothel just kind of feels pedestrian by comparison. Not to say she was a bad villain, it's just that, look, when even the video game couldn't even really come up with a good boss fight for her, and I do mean that on both the actual Tangled video game and Kingdom Hearts' stances here, that may be a sign that, again, she's not the most climactic final fight.
I can tell you that she hasn't even showed up in Mirrorverse yet, but if she does, I will be happy to report if they do something with her.
Oh god, Mirrorverse is awesome with their designs.
That is also a good point to boot. I know that it sounds very obvious to say, but trust me, that for me at least it's not. Props to the show for being incredibly restrained and only having Mother Gothel shows up in a nightmare sequence, very few seconds nightmare sequence at the beginning, instead of finding a way to bring her back.
What? You mean they don't have her come back as a ghost and sing a song about secretly she was the king's sister who he just absolutely backstabbed for some stupid reason in a bout of awful exposition?
In the Little Mermaid series?
No. Although, funnily enough, apparently expanded lore of Little Mermaid does pretty much point at Ursula being Triton's sister.
That's why I mentioned that. I knew about it.
No, trust me, that's not the one I'm talking about. Let's just say what I'm talking about is referring to a series that we will cover in the future, but I'm not going to
review. Okay, the Lion Guard, I forgot.
I was about to say, and yet that's still nowhere near as bad as what they do to Mufasa in Lion Guard.
Whatever. My point is that props also to the show for not using an easy way to having its villain instead of trying to take risks, itself.
It also helps that they didn't just, repeat, oh, Gothel's back. Now, mind you, this is not to say that you can't have a villain returning in some way, shape, or form. Again, no. That stuff can be good. In fact, can sometimes be even great heavy stuff for a series that's continuing it. I do appreciate that they didn't feel the need to rely on it, though. Which, I'm all fair and fine with that. Like I said, I actually like Varian better as a villain. I feel he provides a better climax. And yes, the complexity of the issue does help here and there. I will say this, I ended Season 1 definitely wanting to see him get some help, because holy cow! Holy cow, he's been through quite a bit. Of course, he he shot back quite a bit. But no, like, again, despite bumps in the road, overall the show is pretty... the show had definitely a great first start. Like, and I will say this, I do like a lot of the new characters. Lance, I think, might be my favorite original character from this series. Like, again,
I'll agree.
He's a great addition, serves as wonderful expansion to Eugene's character while still having his own, mind you. And again, he's voiced by James Englehart Monroe. How can I not love him?
Yeah.
Especially when he screams. I can never get tired of that.
Yeah. It takes an incredibly skilled actor to do a high pitched scream without coming across as grating, and James does it perfectly.
But I do wonder if this show, like, again, the show definitely got good reception overall, so I wonder if this show was maybe the catalyst for why we're getting more of these series that continue movies, because, you know, arguably, there are ways to go about with continuing the story. Like, you know, sequel or not, a series can do certain things. It doesn't always mean it's the best option, as we've seen lately with some things, but no, I mean, if those Disney shows are anything like the Tangled series, I definitely have good faith in them. Point is, Tangled series season 1, great stuff.
Indeed. As for me, no, it's awesome. Like, I really love the overall style it went for, and like I said, the 3 years that they've had to plan this shit out. My guess is, okay, I have no evidence to prove this, but based on what I've researched, like, again, we know that the show started development in 2013 and was announced in 2014. So my guess is it was probably meant to be something that would be coming out around late 2014, early 2015, probably. However, because Frozen became the new juggernaut, Tangled became second priority, and
that really was what happened. Like, well, when Frozen came out, suddenly a lot of people forgot about Tangled.
That being said, it did work out in the end, because from what I've been able to see, it allowed the creators to just stay there and take their time and just
instead of being crunched,
think things through, planning out shit. And as a result, the show became all the stronger for it. So if anything, it did work out well in the end.
That feeling when being overshadowed actually helps you in the long run.
Yep.
That feeling when I have to thank Frozen for something.
Anyway, yeah, Tangled is awesome. And yeah, look forward to season 2, because season 2 is going to be great. It's going to be great. As George Lucas and Steven Spielberg would say, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
So, like poetry rhymes.
However, everybody, I do have an extra surprise. Like I've said before, Jova, you got your wish.
Boy, yeah, this is literally 5 years ago.
Yes.
A prophecy was foretold by myself.
You manifested this.
Yes, Jova wished for a full-blown shorty cover of Wind in My Hair after seeing that little taste we got. So it seems like people agreed. I don't know if this little thingy is on Disney Plus. Maybe it is. That being said, it's on the Disney Channel, the YouTube channel, and that's where we'll be watching it. So
I don't know if Disney Channel has ever put these things on the Disney Plus, but yeah, no.
For those who are watching this series blind, mind the spoilers that are to the right in the related videos of this.
Yeah, knowing YouTube.
Of this one.
Knowing YouTube, unless the algorithm relates this to our usual Squirm stuff,
not when it comes to YouTube Kids, Jova.
Just ignore the comments and the related videos. The video itself doesn't have any spoilery stuff. I checked myself. Don't worry, we were safe. All right, go ahead, Joe.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1, click.
There you go, Jova. This is all your fault. I hope you're happy.
Oh, hey, Rapunzel's in that outfit.
That's an outfit she'll have later. Don't worry. It's
not really spoilery.
Oh, God.
Yes, it is.
What around the
Ew.
Did
I
Ben
can't-
Keane actually did those illustrations?
Clara Keane, yes. She probably had a blast doing them, yeah.
You were.
Yeah,
Ben?
let's not think too
Yeah,
much about it.
that's not think about it much. There you go, Jova. Your wish has been granted. A full-blown shorty version of a song.
How
Thank you,
nice.
Jova.
The Chaos Gods work really in mysterious
That's why
ways.
when they posted this on their YouTube channel, you need to have, holy crap, Jova's wish came true.
I should give some context though. What we just saw was something that was part of the theme song takeover. This was an episode where characters in certain shows gave their takes on songs from the shows. Like, for instance, in DuckTales, we had Glumgold doing his own version of the
Yeah.
DuckTales theme.
Huh,
Yeah.
interesting. It's gonna be a bit before season 2 audience, so we're giving something more unfinished business beforehand. But before we will be doing that, we will be having a couple of shorts similar to the ones that Gravity Falls tend to have, just because, you know, they seem to be on Disney Plus and they do not take
Yes.
too much time. So when we get back to the show in a while, we will be starting with those and then we'll segue into season 2. So until when, get ready for the road trip. See ya.
Uh-huh.
See ya.
Sounds like a plan.
See ya.